Jesus Christ. I'm trying.
Testing 1, 2.
The volume won't go up. It's not going.
If we talk very loud, can you hear me?
No, can't hear you.
What is
The
it
whole
like?
thing is gone.
Oh dear.
Let me see if that'll do it. I can do everything now. I can read the intro.
Hey, all right, let's do it.
Welcome to another chapter of The Giza Show. I'm Len Marino Sr., your host. Today we welcome a very special, talented young lady, Lizz Weiss. Like me, she is from Long Island, New York. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Len.
I know that you recently had a battle with COVID-19. Can you give us kind of a blow-by-blow? How many days did it last?
Probably like 3.5 weeks total to be back to normal.
Wow.
Yeah. My boyfriend and I went over to his friend's house for a little Friendsgiving since I couldn't go home for Christmas. And he had it. He didn't know. I felt fine. I was at work. And then he texted us, hey, guys, I just tested positive for COVID. You guys should get tested as well. And then I was like, oh shit, like my boyfriend has symptoms too. My first symptom was a runny nose. The headaches were so bad. Cough,
Really?
sinus congestion. I felt like I had dementia.
Did you have a fever?
Never. I never had a fever once. My mom said yesterday, it was so funny because I sent her the voicemail because Len called when he found out I had COVID. He left me a voicemail. My mom's like, Len for president. He's the best. And I'm like, yeah, he is the best. I'm going to make t-shirts to say Len for president.
We know that you're a nurse working with senior population right now. How's that been?
Honestly, it's been pretty challenging. I've always loved working. Not that you're old, Len, but I do love working with the elderly. They've all become my family at this point. We're just kind of waiting for it to end.
I'm wondering how you got it started in nursing.
I was the typical struggling musician.
Said I always find something wrong. You've been putting up with my shit just way too long. I'm so good at finding what I don't like the most.
I had just moved to California because that's what everybody does, wants to be a big star. Didn't work out, hid under the grid for a while at my mom's house on Long Island, and I just was like, I'm going to apply to nursing school. Never once growing up had this passion to be a nurse. It just was something that came to my mind, and I just went for it.
I'd like to ask you a little bit about your childhood on Long Island.
I had a pretty rough childhood, but I feel like now that I'm older, I have a better outlook on my life. I didn't grow up privileged. Things did not come easy to me. My parents got divorced when I was 3. Me, my brother, and my sister. We all went with my mom. She was a struggling single mom. We bounced around to all different towns on Long Island. So yeah, that was my life on Long Island.
What about that other career? When did you start getting interested in music and singing?
So my mom is one of 6 siblings, and both my grandparents sang, and all of my aunts and uncles. So I grew up around music. My mom, she did a bunch of singing and rock bands when she was younger all over New York. Growing up around her singing was what really started me. I also enjoyed acting and stuff, so I kind of dropped off from both of them, went away to college, and then started posting singing videos on YouTube, and then the rest is history.
And so I came to see him and listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Yeah, what was the show you were on?
American Idol. The minute I turned 16, I literally auditioned every single year until 22 was when, and I got denied every single time. So when I turned 22, that was the year I went, and I actually made it. But you have to audition for all the producers and stuff before you get to even see the celebrity judges. So I was like, I want to just make it to the celebrity judges, and they can tell me if I suck or not, and then I can move on with my life. So I finally made it. to the judges round. I got my ticket to Hollywood. I made it past the first day. And then the second day, they put you in these groups of 4 and they throw a song at you. You have to figure out different harmonies together. They purposely put me with this group. We were absolutely terrible. It just was, and that's when I got cut. It was crazy. It was for dramatics. It was so stupid.
Didn't you sing at some clubs in Long Island?
Yeah, well, I sang a lot of like open mic nights and stuff, and I had a lot of musician friends, so I'd sing at bars and coffee houses and stuff like that. I sang at my church on the worship team. I was recruited by a friend of mine to replace a singer in a band that was already established in like the South area. So they had a big following, they had fans, everything. But the lead singer of the group, who was the face of the group, they fired her. She had no rights to the music or anything. So they just plopped me in there and I was like the new face. So I did that for a year. We played at the House of Blues in Orlando and we did a lot of really cool stuff. And I was heading towards the route of getting signed, but I didn't have any creative input. I didn't write any of the music. It wasn't my style of music. There was just so much pressure on me to play an act that just wasn't me. So it was hard for me, but I ultimately left the group. And ever since then, I always look back and I'm like, should I have just done it, played the game, made it, and then done my own thing? But it's not me. So I had to leave.
It's never too late. After I got out of the Navy, my buddy and I joined a church dramatic club. And then from there, we formed a singing group called the Hepscats. It was 3 guys and a gal. And one time, we're performing at a church function, and there was a guy in the audience. He belonged to the parish, and he owned a club in Medford, Massachusetts. And he said, "Can you put more than 4 songs together?" So we did, and we had a piano accompanist. And we played his club on Friday nights. And then another thing happened. There was a guy in the audience that was a booking agent for weddings, bar mitzvahs. And for about 2.5 years, we did a lot of it just because somebody saw us at a particular time. I think, when this cloud of virus disappears, I think we'll look around and see what we can find.
Well, I appreciate that. Your support. I always thought like singing in a wedding band would be cool because it's like less pressure. You don't have to follow all the business aspects of singing and trying to make it in the industry. But wedding bands are just kind of, you do a bunch of covers, you probably get free drinks, you hang out, and it's just a good time.
You are a people person, and everybody that I've talked to that's come into contact with you really, and this is no BS, really loves you.
Customer.
You just seem to have that natural personality, and that's what everybody loves about you.
I used to do home health with the elderly, so I'd go to different assisted livings and it would be more one-on-one. They all say, like, take that chance now, take the risk now, don't care what people think. A lot of them have a lot of those regrets, so they always try to, when you actually take the time to listen to them, they give you great life advice. So I feel like people just look at the elderly as, they're just old people, but they have so much wisdom and knowledge, and they give just as much to me as I do to them. Taking that extra time means the world to them, especially right now because they're all trapped in their rooms. They can't see their friends and family. It's a lot of people forget that they're human beings and they're going through these struggles. Like, we at least get to go home,
It's tough when you're my age and there's very few guys. I had 11 guys I used to hang out with, play baseball, did everything together. And there's only me and 2 others that are left. But I'm not in pain. I think I still have my marbles up here. Come on, you've got a lot to do. You can contribute.
When the world is normal again, that type of an environment in assisted living is so amazing because there's so much community and they do so much there.
You sit with a bunch of people and you laugh and it's a different thing. But when you're isolated, it's easier to get depressed. I am not depressed. I can say that, regardless of what's happening. I still draw a little bit. And, I do a lot of reading, so I can't say I'm depressed. If I were in pain, I could see, yeah, I'd be depressed. I can't do this, I can't do that. But, you know, life's been pretty damn good to me. I've had some bad times, but the good times and memories overpower the bad times.
I talk about you like I've known you my whole life. I hope you know. My friends, my family, everybody knows who Len is. So you just keep doing what you're doing because it's benefiting me too.
We're so happy that you feel better, and I'm so happy that you're in my dad's life. It's very emotional, and to know that someone like you is in there loving him is really beautiful and important, and I really appreciate it.
Of course. I feel good knowing that they have a sense of relief when I'm there. They know that, like, okay, they're good. Lizz cares about them as if they were her own grandma or grandpa.
Well, listen, thank you, Liz.
It's such an honor that you thought to interview me. Thank you. Love you guys. Len, I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah. Swing easy.
No, you swing easy. That's my favorite phrase now, thanks to Mr. Marino.